here are actually those 4 6TB drives that will go into the unit. Alright, so here we are at the QNAP website. So the address is www.qnap.com/en/utilities, and the reason we're here is to download QFinder Pro. Now this is a utility that will help us find our QNAP once it's attached to the network, since we don't know what IP it is. So we're going to use this utility for that purpose. So we can go ahead and set it up, right? I'm just going to see if my screen is recording, and it is indeed. So let's double click. Here is QNAP Finder. Let's go refresh, and it is finding all the attached NAS units. It's going to give you this message saying SMTP is not set up, yada yada yada. Do you want to do it right now? Let's go no. This is required for you to set up mail alerts or any sort of other alerts which will give you warnings such as your low disk space, faulty drives, something's wrong with your management array for RAID, anything like that. You know, any notifications will come through email, and the server needs to be set up. So all we're going to do is actually click no, and we'll take care of it at a later time. So as you can see, there's 2 NAS units that I have, and those are the IP addresses. Of course, I'll block them out so you guys don't see it. They're internal IPs anyways. Not much harm can be done, but still I'll block them out. Here is the name and IP addresses. So anyway, so what we'll do is actually, let's go here, open air. So this is the one that needs to be set up, so I'm just going to double click it. It will open up. So we'll go log in with default password. You know, I did go ahead and change the password on it, and what I'll do is I'll actually show you guys where those settings are, because you'll need to change those on your side as well. I can hear my disk spin, so it does do its thing. So here comes the notification to update the download station. So let's go ahead and update it. There'll be a few apps that'll be out of date when you first set it up. So you know, make sure that you go ahead and update those apps. If you don't want to, then you can disable those apps. It says app default volume does not exist. Please go to okay. So yeah, for sure the app update will not happen because we haven't set up our disk volume yet. So anyways, let's click on control panel. First thing you want to do is what I did. Go to network, and again there's these IP addresses for both NICs. You can go and click on edit, and you can edit it here. Initially it will be obtain IP from DHCP. I went and assigned a static IP for both NICs because I knew which one I wanted it to be, right? So once that's done, it will restart its network management, and you will get kicked off, and you'll have to re-log in. You can keep the same IP that you have, or you can try something else. And you might as well notice that there is a time difference here. It's 12:34 a.m. here now, 14:33 a.m. on my NAS unit. So what I would do is click here. Oh, the other thing I did before we do that is I went to users, admin. There is a change password. Enter your old password, new password, apply, and it will log you out. And you are then able to log in using your new password. So make sure you do that, because the default password, username and password is admin. Make sure you change that. So from here we come to general settings. First thing I want to do is, like, you know what, let's change the time. And you want to click here. It says set the server time same as your computer time, right? Just go ahead and do that. it will say applying settings, please wait. We should see time switch from 14:34 to 12:35 a.m. Let's let's see what that happens. Just give it some time, and there we go. Time has changed. What I would also do is I would probably change my time zone. Mountain Time, US, Canada. Sunday, August 27th. Apply. You know what? I don't want 24 hours, 12-hour clock. So we'll go play again. Excuse me. So we'll just give it some time. And there we go. So my time has been set up. We'll go back to device administration. This is where you would change your server name. Go put it whatever you want. Actually, I'm going to go change it right now. Then we'll go apply. So right now it is actually serving on HTTP. I can go and force it only on HTTPS for secure connections, but we're not going to do that right now. I don't have a valid SSL installed. I'm not too sure if you can use a self-signed one or not, but since we're just going to use this for internal management, for now I'm not going to mess with those settings. So we will leave them as is. And you know, the other way to find out if your server name took place, or took effect, is you can just refresh, and there it is. Of course it took. Oh, you know what? I am going to change. Yeah, I'll change that both so the names match as soon as this lets me do it. Come on. Let's go here, general settings. Yeah, play. And there you go. Settings have taken effect. So what we're going to do is so it's going to say no. I don't know why this takes so long. Sure. Just go. Okay. Control panel. General settings. That's fine. Daylight savings. So we'll just leave it like that. It will automatically do the daylight savings, and if at any point I need to, I'll come back and change it. From here on, we'll just close this queue finder. I don't think we need it right now. So let's actually open. What are we looking for here? Let's make a storage. So we'll click on Storage Manager. You can see there's 4 disks, 1 through 4, right? So it will tell you the health, smart information, temperature, disk input output status, health, capacity, disk model. So again, these are Seagate Barracuda Pro 6 terabyte drives. How long they've been on for? They've been on for 7 hours. Left them on earlier, had to go for family dinner, so they've been running since then. Came back and started this recording for you guys again. So test result has not been tested yet. Not going to worry too much about it. These are brand new discs. I just put them in today, right? So let's see, they're all the same capacity. So what we're going to do is we're going to let them like that. We will go utilization, storage pools. We don't have anything set up, nothing, right? So what I want to do is storage space. Let's see what no volume. So we'll go new storage pool. Actually, you know what? I want to go. Let's go new storage pool because that's what I should do in the first place. We're going to select all the disks because they will be part of the same storage pool. And remember how I said I don't have RAID 5 plus spare. So this is 16 terabyte usable space that I have. Even though it's 6 terabyte disk, you're probably not going to get complete 6 terabytes. You know, when I was having 2 terabyte disks, my only usable space was 1.8, so 5.4 kind of makes sense here. So let's say RAID 5. Yep, that's what I want. Hot spare, none. But I do want a disk that's hot spare, so let's go like this. Disk 4 would be my hot spare. That is the way I want to leave it because that gives me failure of 2 disks and still be able to work. It's giving me estimated capacity of 10.9 terabytes, which is pretty good because I think that's plenty for me. But you know, if I went none, 16 terabytes, it's giving me 1 failure disk, right? Tolerance. So I am just gonna go RAID 5 hot spare on 1 disk. 10 terabytes is plenty for me right now. Although that 6 terabytes does seem pretty lucrative at this point. But let's just go create. Sure, make sure you read the information. All the data on the disks will be erased. You should continue. Yes. So this is going to take a while. How long? Oh, there's a beep. Beep. And I am surprised it's ready. Well, there it is. Well, I guess there was no data, so it's not really that surprising that it's ready. When allocation pool is recommended, so your new volume, and you or I, you know what? Let's just create a single static volume because I just want to use it as one volume. So we're just going to go next. So there's 0 disks available. What? Oh, my bad. So instead of single this, we'll just go thick multiple volume. And yeah, my bad. Sorry. So what you want to do is just go thick volume on just 1 storage pool. It's going to give you 10.77 terabytes of usable space. 10.9 terabytes is your capacity. You can see all the information here. What this is doing is basically you can create multiple storage volumes from that one pool. You can carve out so one pool. But think about this as one big pizza. Then you can take multiple slices out of it, right? And you can make however big the slices you want to be. So what we're going to do actually is set to max. So 10.77 because I just want 1 volume taking up the entire space. I don't really care about multiple volumes. This will be my storage and network drive. So, and threshold is at 80%. You know what, I'm going to change that to 90%. You can even go 95, but we're just going to leave it at 90. Go next. Your current settings use a significant amount of storage space. If you plan to create a block-based LAN, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to continue? Now, make sure you read this and you understand what's going on here. For me, it's okay, right? Because I'm not reserving more space. I'm not using it for my hypervisors or any of the VMs. But if you are, you might want to check this and adjust accordingly. So we're just going to go create. It's loading. Now this might take some time, or it's done, right? Or it might not take some time. So if you go here, utilization, it will show you your volume. Data volume 1, that is what we named it, and there's nothing on here. So if you click on storage pools, again, there's storage pool 1 is what we named it, and this is where we are right now, 606.12, right? So this is done, right? Its percentage used is very low, right? There's 8.5% allocated, and 91.5 is not allocated. I believe something is happening here. Let me just see. Yeah, so what it's basically doing is, remember we picked it as thick provision. So what it's doing is it's actually expanding the drive, the thick provision. So the screen will be all the way filled. So how it's going to look different is from high level, it's going to look like all the space is being used, but it actually isn't, if that makes sense. That's how thick provisioning works, right? Thin provisioning works in retrospect that it will take space as required. So let's say there's a terabyte of allocation. It will only take, let's say, half a terabyte if it needs that on thin provisioning, and on thick provisioning it's going to take the entire terabyte. I don't know if you understand that. I'm probably not being clear enough, but that's how thick versus thin works. So anyways, we did thick provisioning, so it's going to consume the entire space, but not really. So this is, I think that this is where this is going to end. Not sure if let's see if I missed anything. No, this is pretty much it. So there's a bunch of things. There's applications that you can use, which I am not going to. There's a radio server, SQL server, syslog server, all these kind of things, and you can of course add more applications. I don't need any of these things, so I'm not going to do those. Actually, you know what? No, there is. Let me just see here. Share folders. We need to make a folder, of course. How are we going to share the folder? Oh boy, let's go click folder name. I'm going to name this, let's see, let's go, let's actually, you know what, that NAS 3 data. Take the dash out. So admin has a read write. You know what? I'm going to actually go ahead and add another user, which is going to be me. And I will be part of administrators group. Just makes it easier for me to do stuff. And I'm gonna hit create, and it is done. Wait, what is this? Edit application privileges. Sure, I'll take that. I don't know. Yeah, kind of got creating a super user. And also what I wanted to show was, yeah, see, its RAID group is synchronizing. It's, yeah, just because in the starting it said it's ready doesn't mean it's actually ready. See, it's initializing as well. So it's important that you let it do its thing. Now let's go to App Center. Do not display. I don't want that. Yeah, see, so we cancel that. There's like 3 applications that need updating. We're not going to update them till our RAID structure is built up, because that is where it stores and installs all the information. So we're just going to let it build up and see what's going on. So this is what shows up after. So as you can see, it says optimizing 87%. So either you can let it complete to 100%, or you can continue doing your work. At this point, it doesn't make much of a difference. Of course, if you let it finish, it'll be better. But if you don't have time, you can continue doing your work and let this run in the background. At this point, you can probably see it says 16.35 terabytes capacity. Now, the reason it says that is because I actually changed my mind and I rebuilt the RAID with RAID 5. So I took away hotspare and added it to the pool, which means now I only have one disk failure capacity and still run the RAID, whether as before I had 2 disk failures tolerance, but now it's just 1 disk, which is fine. I think I just needed the space more than the hot spare. Anyways, so what we can do is, next step you want to do is go to control panel, shared folders. It will show you the list of default folders. So what you do is you go create a shared folder. Let's name this guy as badnas3 data, right? Specify path, automatically let it go, and then from here you can choose which data volume you want it to be at. We only have 1 data volume, but if you had multiple, it would show you on here. So we'll just leave it like this. Configuration is for users, so we'll go read write. Then remember, this is the user that we created early on, so we'll go create, and there we go. Data badnas3 data folder is there. So what we can do is go from here, come to our my computer. What we'll do is we'll put in the IP address for our NAS device, QNAP, and these are all the folders that are here. So there is these 4 folders: web, download, multimedia, and public. These are default folders, and normally I stay away from using these folders. And then there's the badnas3 data. This is one we just created. So normally I just stick around to creating just folders within folders for what we have created. Now you would notice there is this recycle bin. This is a network recycle bin that's enabled. You can go and disable that if you want, but I usually leave it enabled. As a last step, what I would do is come back here, and I believe Alt. What I would do is create map a drive, right? So go map network drive, and I would call it, just going to go back here, sorry. So SM, sure, let's go right click, go map my network drive, and I would call it, let's say Q, right? So we'll go finish, and there you go. It does have a new drive. As you can see, I don't know why it says 1% synchronization, but you can go and check the status. It says 16.35 terabytes. Optimization is 93%. So once it's done, it will match up. You can go utilization, storage pools. Come on, yeah. So 16.35 terabytes on the top because it is a thick provision disk. On the overview, you can see all 4 disks are part of the RAID, whereas the 4th one used to be hotspare before, but now it's part of the RAID. Alright, that actually concludes all the tasks that we need to do to make it functional for our use. If you go back here, my PC, there it is, MQS. So these three are, this is my 8-bay drive for QNAP. This is one of the folders, this is another folder, and this is of course the one we just created. 15.9 terabyte is what the capacity is showing right now. If I go back here, according to this guy here, so this will go up, I believe, yes, a 90% threshold. I think this should actually go up a bit, maybe not, because I know there is a bunch of stuff that's actually taken up by OS on the QNAP itself. So once the optimization is complete, it will tell you, it will give you a complete breakdown of what's using how much disks. So anyways, 15.9 terabytes is plenty. Yeah, alright guys, so leave in the comments if you guys have any specific questions. Again, sorry for a long video, it's just starting out. As the time progresses, I will optimize things. Again guys, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much.